Alright guys, back again with another video. Now this is a video about guards and corrosive cubes. Now there are three ways that people hide their guards. We have the classic second wave guard. We have the guard with bloodlust, likely hiding in a picture-perfect block. And lastly, we have the timed, where the player will path this guard, but first just wait there for like 20 seconds before coming around. Also, this for this picture perfect, this guy likely has bloodlust. I don't like any of these methods. I like to use trigger mechanisms. The reason being is that I can place them inside my base, I can hide them better, and I can, well, sneak attack better on my raiders. So let's go over some ways where we can hide our guards and use the corrosive cube. Now I've shown you multiple ways to use a trigger device as to activate a hollow cube, which is usually the second method that we use when it comes to activating our little, for our guards to path forward, which is always necessary. It's like something like Masquerade. For today, we're just going to be talking about ways that guards can move through these corrosive cubes. So, a simple one is a classic. We have an angled block, a corrosive cube. Now you can do two, but I think just one is the best. And then we give it opaque. And when building stuff like this, I think it's best to have like multiple cubes because it hides it better. So stuff like this. I'm going to put a block here. Then we're going to place our guard here. It can be anything. To note, these guys right here, they don't work best with this, but anything else works. And we're going to have them path through the angle. Now, one problem that you may notice is that there's this big hole here that a player will be able to see our guard or this empty space and might give it a looky-loo. Now, of course you could place traps here, and sure, and you might be able to get a kill. But we might do something better. We might be able to hide this better. Let's use a red block. And the way that we're going to hide it better is unironically using decorations. Now, there is, like, I view as two types of decorations. There is a single layer, so nothing about the height of this block changes. And then there is, like, a second layer, so the decoration height is larger than the actual block itself. I like to use these, especially with the color of the block in question, and pop them here. So that, as a player, when I pop in, I can't actually see anything. It looks completely normal. Now, the down one is also fairly simple. So let's grab our block. The down one just requires a ramp block on the bottom, a corrosive cube on the top, and our guard is able to walk through here. So, this is completely fine. Now, you may want to use this for this hallway right here, or if you're creating a hypothetical hallway right here. So like a, either a weird ramped one that's like located here, or we can do like a double that's like this. And again, I'm going to have multiple corrosive cubes that are opaque, so that the player is less likely to stumble upon this. And then we add additional blocks, so that if they try to test one, there's a chance they'll die. And again, decorations are very important. See? I'm able to see that little area. So, we're going to grab some decorations. This probably isn't the best one. This one is. Now, it seems weird why we're using blue. We're not using it for that. We're using it to get that little bit more of gray. Now it becomes less apparent. Of course, you don't want to use clear blocks, of course. Then we have the final one. Let's grab rid of this. Well, there's two finals, but they're very similar. Let's grab our cubes. First one, again, as you've seen with the rest of them, they all work on angles. We're going to grab our thing. We're going to grab our corrosive cube. We're going to pop it here. Then, when working with guards on high locations, it's best to have a little blocking location, like this. Now, I have found that this can work. I'm showing you right now. However, it doesn't always work. What I find nearly guarantees that it'll work if we use a ramp block. So, if we go like this, up and over. Because what we're working on right now is acceleration. We want him to build up speed so that he passes through this block pretty fast. But not fast enough where it'll kill him. Because if we use 3 blocks, that'll kill him. But if we use 2 blocks and a ramp, it doesn't. So if we test this, he'll be able to pass through. The final one doesn't rely on angles at all. We're going to have our cubes. Again, 1, 2, 3, ramp. Grab our warmonger, pop him through, and he survives. Now, of course, you can use all of these methods with the trigger methods that I've shown in previous videos, or you can do the classic second wave trick where we have this as a second, well, not this, but this wouldn't work as a second wave, but the other two would. But you use instead a hollow cube, we'll pop it right here, and then we give it second wave. So that if the player tries to give it a looky-loo early on, they're just going to kill themselves. But only after the second wave will it activate, and they'll fall through. That's it for the video. I just wanted to really show off these methods that I use in my maps. And I'm pretty sure you guys can figure out alternate ways that you can do this. Anyways, thanks for watching.